Kasama namin ngayon si Supreme Grandmaster Diony Cañete. Siya po ang founder ng World Eskrima Arnis Federation at ang president ng Doce Pares.
Una sa lahat, Attorney Cañete, congratulations for a successful event.
Oh, thank you. Congratulations to Senator Mix at yung mga organizer natin.
Okay, konting kasaysayan po ng Doce Pares. Pag sinabing Cañete, Cebu, Arnis. Parang isa talaga yung pangalan ninyo.
Synonymous siya.
Synonymous talaga, oh. Pero paano nagsimula sa Cebu ang Arnis?
Okay. Yun ang Arnis. Started as early as 3rd century. When normally Chinese traders punta sa Cebu, alam nila we have a long martial art. Pero it did not become known until Lapu-Lapu killed Magellan. Filipinos are very hospitable people, but we killed our first tourist.
Okay.
So, after killing Magellan, that's the time that the art was exposed to the world. But then, we do that incomplete record sa history about the art. Kasi sinunog ng Katsila. When Spain controlled the Philippines, may absolute control sila, they they declare Arnis illegal. Ang katuwiran, the people are busy training instead of working in the farm. But the truth is, takot sila gagawin na it will be used against them. So, maraming master tinatay nila. Wala tayong record. So, ang Arnis noon, sword fighting.
Sword fighting.
Mainly sword fighting. When the Spaniards declared it illegal, in order to cover the subterfuge, nagamit sila ng stick and the dance. Pagdating ng mga Spanish civilian guard, they are dancing. Actually, they're practicing. That's how it was handed and preserved to the next generation.
Pero kung napapansin po natin, lahat halos ng mga teachers, may kanya-kanyang halos interpretasyon ng Arnis. Okay lang ho ba yun? O dapat feeling mo may standardization tayo ng...
Standardization. Pero the curriculum, approved by TISTA already. This is the standard already. So the only curriculum approved by the government is my curriculum. Basic, intermediate, it's already there. Some people are... But this is not... We are not structured. I structured that very well. Step ladder, like school. So it's very well structured.
Ano masasabi ninyo yung napapansin ninyo na yung ginagawa nila compared sa ginagawa ninyo nung kayo ay batang
I have to tell you this. You know, I practiced this art for 74 years. I'm now 80 years old. I was into boxing, professional boxing. The art that we are teaching now is only 10% original. But I can show to you different. The people junior was big, but we expanded. We expanded so much that the original diluted. Wala na yun. Original. All this, I invented this. I wrote all the rules of this. All these forms, I created almost all the moves.
So, sa pananaw ninyo, hanggang ngayon, nag-i-evolve pa rin ang Arnis?
It's evolving. It's evolving. What I learned from my father, my uncles, other grandmasters, I learned from all of them. Only 10% left.
Aside from sinasabi natin na complete sport, or complete system ang Arnis, sa tingin mo, ano pa yung mga factors kung bakit fascinated ang foreigners sa Arnis?
Lahat na dyan. Yung self-defense art natin, apart from the sports, the practicability. The self-defense aspect is the best.
So, 80 years old na, no? Si Supreme Master. Pero mukhang fit na fit pa.
Baka pwede po kayong mag-demonstrate para sa amin.
Muna, sir.
Ito, sa amin ito.
Please proceed to the court.
Ito sa amin bagkuhan eh. Ito, all this started from before this dito sa amin started.
Yung mga nung lumalaki kayo, marami ng twirling talaga.
Wala po. First we call it like obliterated. We call cortolinear. So pag tama ito,
Uy,
pag-block nito, block.
Totoong palo talaga kasi sa akin.
Pagtama ko dito. Bakit mag-block ito? Hindi ma-block ka yan.
oh.
Kung dito.
Porto Corvada.
That's the Corto Curvada. The third Corto is, we call it San Miguel Eskrima.
Apo.
It's like this.
Uy,
Calling the attention of Moreno Brett from Mindanao
Ako yung kurto.
and Pedro Lopez.
kaya pala,
for featherweight
yung
division.
pangalawang pinakita, doon lumalabas yung importance yung wrist
Oh,
movement.
yeah, that's a
Again, calling the attention of Moreno Brett and Pedro Lopez for featherweight division. Please proceed to the court.
Kaya importante yung wrist kasi pag naipit na yung arm mo, ipitit-pitit
So,
ka.
pag namin ito, mga lock namin ito, araw ka. Ikaw,
Yes. Okay. Ako na lang. Dito ba tayo?
Featherweight division calling the attention of Moreno Brett and Pedro
number
Lopez.
one. Ba't talaga mas ito? Pag ganito ko,
Yup. Bilis nun ah.
pag ganito, sabtan ko na. Dito ko ito. Pag dunggan ko yung block,
Ruben Pedro, please proceed to the court, please. Again,
Or-
Ruben Pedro,
ito.
please proceed to the court, please.
Kung laro niya, pag alam niya yan, punta ko dito.
Isa pa po. Dito. Hindi ko nakita. Pasok. Sorry.
Ito, pag block mo kasi ito, ito, pag block niya dito, pag tunggan niya ito, bako. Pag dito naman siya, pwede mo ito balik. Pag ganun mo, cut ito.
Uy.
Block siya ang ulo.
Galing.
Palakpakan natin si Master Cañete. Thank you, sir. Maraming salamat. Hindi nawawala. Hindi nawawala, ano?